It's Fashion Week, and what makes or breaks a designer's collection may not be the fashion. Wall Street Journal's Berman has an interesting column up about the hustle and the brutality behind Fashion Week.
Hi,
and
Kelly.
It's a pretty interesting column. You said this is your first Fashion Week
and
experience?
Probably my only Fashion Week. But I really was interested in it as a business and trying to come at it as the total outsider. The photos we have in the intro are very sleek and cool, and there's definitely a sheen of beauty and glamour, but really just trying to understand it as a business is how I saw it. And really what I found was kind of this brutal, capricious industry where those who have talent and those who have art may or may not succeed. It struck me in the end as really kind of much of a crapshoot for any designer really getting into the business.
But you pointed out that a lot of it seems almost about like the crowds and the media role in there as well as to who gets the attention.
I mean,
and
the hype machine, again, as an outsider coming into it, the hype machine is really amazing. I spoke to one of the designers who I did see on last Friday, Benazir, and she was basically said, how well you do, not always, right? The collection has to work, but how well you do in part really is linked to how many celebrities you can get to your show, what kind of gimmickry you can bring out in the show, whether you build a buzz, all those superficial things, they actually happen to matter on a sort of substantial basis.
And now it sounded like you actually liked that line much better than you liked the very hyped line.
Well, I don't know. You can look at my outfit. You can judge whether I really should be a fashion critic.
I don't know that either of us is necessarily ready for that.
But I probably shouldn't. But again, just from my untrained eye, seeing a few different collections as I did, she really had these beautiful, wearable, elegant clothes, things that a woman I perceive might actually want to put on in a morning, and it just seems so different.
But you have to give some contrast there to what you saw at the, I think it was the Jason Wu show.
And Jason Wu is this big thing, and he's getting to be an even bigger thing. He's going to have a line at Nordstrom. He's done a lot of fancy work. That just struck me as someone who was trying too hard, really trying to just be different for difference sake, and that to me, from a hard, cold business standpoint, like what succeeds and what fails. In most markets, it's like if you have a better product at the best price, it's going to work. And in this one, it really is kind of, like I said, a crapshoot and up in the air. And that creates lots of opportunities for people from the outside getting in, but it also really creates a lot of cannon fodder along the way. And
I understand that there are also a lot of sponsors too, and do you think that plays a pretty big role?
I mean, again, people who are in the Fashion Week, they probably don't even pay attention to it, but coming to it, there was this place called Milk Studios, which is on the west side of Manhattan, and they have like sort of engraved are the 12, 15 sponsors who are part of sponsoring Milk Studios, and they're fiber cereal companies. I don't know what the heck fiber cereal bars have to do with anything related to Fashion Week, vodka brands, and Lexus and HTC, the mobile phone company. So everyone wants to be part of this thing. I think I called it like a promotional jamboree. And it's fun, there's hype, we are talking about it, which means that they are doing they're getting their money's worth, and that the hype is continuing. But from the outside, it just struck me as a little bit weird.
We've got Christina Binkley up next, and she's going to tell me all about your experiences there. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have more on that in today's paper.